I'm Jim Hamilton. I'm a group director with InfoTrends, and I'd like to talk to you today about a couple of paper sample books, actually, that I picked up at a recent Canon Solutions America event that took place in Boca Raton, Florida, where they have their headquarters. And I like paper sample books in a lot of different ways, for a lot of different reasons. This is for their inkjet media. So this catalog shows a range of papers that they offer. Let's see what I can do to show them off best, where there is basically a test page and then a description of the paper itself and the kinds of weights and finishes that it's available in. And what this allows you to do really is to look across a range of papers. See what I can put up here. That's not really what I want. So, for example, here, seeing a couple of different sheets. This happens to be a charm paper. You're just comparing a range of different inkjet types. There's nothing that I can really translate on video to really give you a good idea of any of these individual papers, but it includes papers from Boise, Catalyst, Charm, Crown von Gelder, Finch, Georgia Pacific, International Paper, Mitsubishi, Mondi, more really than I can name. Norpac, and they're all within a piece where you can say, okay, here is what inkjet will look like on a range of inkjet treated substrates. And I think for the most part, these are inkjet treated medias rather than commodity stocks where inkjet will also work, but you get some great results with these kinds of papers. And so it's important for the manufacturers of inkjet systems to qualify papers, to have the testing lab facilities that are needed to do this. And Canon Solutions America really has done a fine job. And so this is one example of that. But there's more. So here's an example of the VarioPrint i300 media catalog. And this will look pretty familiar if you've listened to some of my other videos where I've talked about what they've done. So at the first of the Think Forum meetings, they provided a book, and you'll see the familiar test pattern that they use across all the different papers that are available for the i300. And these are ones, again, typically they're inkjet treated stocks. They give you a little bit more bounce, color gamut, a little bit less show through, because those are papers that are particularly suited for inkjet. And again, to be able to show a range of papers with the same paper target, I think is important. This is really just a bound version of what I had seen at the Think Forum going back last year. But it was a great example then, and they put it together in a book so you can see all of those collected together in a nice single fashion. Now, one other thing that's been announced more recently by the folks at Canon Solutions America is the ColorGrip technology. So you see this is associated with the VarioPrint i300. And ColorGrip is basically a liquid that is laid down along, or actually ahead of the inkjet inks, and provides a improved visual look. How much improved? Well, why don't you do some comparison side by side? And that's exactly what the folks at Canon Solutions America have done. And so they've pulled a bunch of different stocks, shown what the output looks like with the ColorGrip and without the ColorGrip. Now, here again on video, it's kind of hard to tell, but when you look, for example, this is with ColorGrip, you can see the density of the blacks are very dark, as opposed to without ColorGrip, where it's not quite as dense. So again, you get a little bit more pop out of contrast, out of color, and again, I do think that that's an important way of making a comparison and making a decision about whether a certain kind of technology on a given substrate is going to produce the results that you want. So kudos to Canon Solutions America for the work that they've done in working with the paper mills, developing some technologies, and showing off what inkjet really is capable of.